Hello again, I'm Coyote Jack, and once again Nintendo man and censorship, more of them, even more, and also it's attacking indie games. So, oh well, what did happen? They tried to make another Palworld? No. Then what the fuck are they banning an indie game? Oh well, we're going to see why. So this one, the Great Rebellion Steam store page removed in Germany. This happened originally to this game that is apparently a parody of wokeness and an indie game. So they for Steam it was okay except Germany for some reason. So you see this. The Great Rebellion has been removed from Steam store in Germany. This is a statement we received from Steam. We're reaching out about your applications, The Great Rebellion, that has been removed from distribution in Germany. After reviewing this product, we believe that it's not allowed to ship in Germany as such as we have removed it from distribution. No proper explanation. When you ship again on Steam with different regions, your team is responsible for making sure that the content is okay to distribute there. But to inform us for regions or specific countries you believe you cannot distribute them. And so I don't see this one as a loss. Never forget that Germany banned Blender, the Blender software to make the 3D renders. So, and then, yeah, Niche Gamer covered this one. So, yeah, the same screenshot that I shared to you. So, but a summary of this game. So it is, The Great Rebellion is a 2D platform shooter and roguelike. The game is set in a cyberpunk dystopian future Europe. In the year 2085, the world is controlled by technocratic elites who seek to register everything on the blockchain, achieve digital immortality, and transcend their human bodies. Man, that sounds pretty much like reality. Oh man, they will stop at nothing and sacrifice anybody to achieve this. You play as a hero who, in true dystopian tradition, is set free of the authoritarian systems and finds themselves as part of a larger rebellion. The player will find new lasers, weapons, upgrades, companions to help with through the levels and defeat bosses. So you see key features, algorithm level generation, single player, difficult modes, progression, weapons, Easter eggs and parodies. So this one, the Great Villain is filled with pop culture references as well as reference to many loved and lauded cultural commentators. These are the kinds of references we can guarantee you won't see in any other video game currently in existence. So, well, we have seen a lot of woke DEI infested games. So you see this one that is a political driven game, but appealing to the anti-woke crowd. I think that deserves to exist, and I don't have problem with that. In fact, I found it pretty hilarious seeing this one. So depending of the content of the game is good, I haven't seen that one. I'm not judging that one because I know too little at the moment. But you know, it's kind of a anti-woke game because even they're using this base. The Great Rebellion is based, so they're appealing to that crowd. And as of now, we already covered that one. We are seeing this. The Great Rebellion Edition 2084 pulled from Steam eShop could be damaging to Nintendo's reputation brand or brand. Come on, man! Even if I know I'm making a lot of mistakes in my spelling, in my speech, at least wow, well, what the hell? So let's see. So the Great Rebellion Edition 2084 was meant to have launched on Switch eShop, but was apparently pulled by Nintendo just before release. This is a side-scrolling roguelike which is currently available on Steam. According to developer Kibit Games, the Great Rebellion was already submitted and approved by Nintendo release. In fact, it is currently still available via the Japanese eShop. But its American page has been removed. Nintendo gave the following statement as an explanation. Upon reviewing the Grand Rebellion Edition 2084, Nintendo has determined that it contains content that could be damaging to Nintendo's reputation or brand. Okay, so it was not a mistake from GoNintendo.com. It was spelled by by Nintendo of America. So yeah, the original release of the Great Rebellion featured political commentary, which Quibbit Games says they knew probably wouldn't fly on Nintendo. We are seeing why. It's Nintendo of America, why that is. Hell, I know that Sony and Xbox, they are so fucking cock in DEI, in wokeness, in far leftism, that of course they were not going to allow that, but we have been saying that Nintendo is heading in the same route. We clowning on Nintendo drones for the cope on the yellow paint character on Metroid Prime 4, which is obviously heading in the same direction as those other companies that adopted DEI into their development and as a part of quote unquote feature for their games, which we know is fucking dog shit. But well, Nintendo, hey, they say as long as they keep into their own stuff, like if they don't attack indies, but looks like it's not the case because the ones calling the shots are Nintendo of America. They're censored a lot of Japanese games from the Western release. They canceled them. Course Party was the latest one, and we're talking about a company that they don't have problems to make the FBI the little bitch to attack pirate websites having the older ROMs. That well, those older ROMs now we know that they have uncensored content of those older games. Even if the Nintendo's want to go with it, oh well, they were stealing. Go and pay. You don't. You not commit a crime. In fact, I'm going to report you to Nintendo. Re. Well, meanwhile, we are seeing all the fucking crap they have been pulling recently. So we were expecting with their first party titles, we were expecting them from censoring Japanese games and also blocking them from release. And now the scale is from a Western indie game because they say, oh, you are so in tight with the West, but looks like that's not the case. So you also have to align in ideology, in their fucking communist ideology, to release even indie titles on the Nintendo eShop. That's what I'm trying to get with this. That's what I'm trying to show. That yeah, Nintendo is heading to this route. And look, this is the statement. Update about the Switch situation. The only explanation as to why Nintendo. Yeah, well, excuse me, we read that one. Ah, no, what I wanted to show is this one. Keep it went on Reddit and say this. We self-censored or anti-woke indie game for Nintendo Switch. They approved it and they pulled it day one before launch anyway. So it's something that I hate is the censorship. Yeah, Kiwit games they have to get called out here. They should have not censored, and because it was with the Steam releasing on Steam with all the situation of how Valve is getting bent over by payment processors, while also their DEI employees are so bitchy as the backs of women, like we have covered still. They ended up with this one, so I don't see that is a problem. So this game released on April, well, it was around April of the last year, 2024, and they said they still have to self-censor to avoid having problems with Nintendo, which I still have to call that out. They should have not done that because this is the end result. So you see, censorship. Hey, I'm Roland from Kibit Games. A small indie studio. 2 days ago, Nintendo pulled our game, The Great Rebellion, and about a day before the Switch release. And the situation is a case of arbitrary censorship that really puts us in a tight spot now. So yes, our PC game, The Great Rebellion, satirized wokeness, and we knew that probably wouldn't fly on Nintendo. So we made Edition 2084. So because they say we have to cut off part of the wokeness we are mocking of. Look, off it, toned down version of for Switch. We were confident the game can stand on its own merits also without the political commentary. But man, it was kinda part of the appealing of your game, but well, moving on. We removed all the over political references, many just more or less again about standard cyberpunk dystopia and technocratic control. We passed the Nintendo's law check, got approved, store page went live, then one day before release we got a message from Nintendo of America and Europe saying, upon reviewing the Grand Rebellion edition, yeah, we already read that one. So the long statement continues here. To make the whole situation even more absurd and confusing, the game is still up in the Japanese eShop. We literally complied with everything. We self-censored. They saw the version and approved it, then they killed it anywhere. Personally, I think this is less about the content and said about who we are. Hey, this is the message that also indie developers, also from Japan, also from the West, the whole fucking world needs to learn this already. Just release on PC. Forget about consoles. Because you still have to tone down. You still have to censor at source level, and it's not going to be enough because you have mouth breathing retards that they would rather see Mario getting pegged by a troonie than actually toning down their fucking bullshit. And I'm saying toning down their Nintendo's bullshit that they have pulled out recently. Being a company focusing on allowing what it is, everyone, uh, allowing the chance to release their games to get to that market. They saying that they you need to appeal to their ideology. You don't have to do any sort of pandering before development. Oh, but Nintendo can do all that pandering. Remember, Doug Bowser said that he was going to fight DEI policies. Well, the anti-DEI policies that Trump implemented with their executive order. He said that he was going to challenge that. He was going to double down on wokeness for Nintendo, and also has participated in that shit in pride parades. They gave money before. It is kind of funny to me that we have shared these types of news. This information is out there. They're seeing those cases and looks like Nintendo they're still going to give them a pass. Hey, we saw them how they want to double down on DEI. We have seen how they want to double down on anti-consumer practices. Hell, they removed the rewards for their eShop. They doubled down on crackdown of third-party peripherals because the already over-expensive piece of plastic that Nintendo offers. They said, oh no, we want more. We are going to force everyone to buy all brand original stuff, so going full Apple. And hell, that title was for Sony, man. I'm impressed. Canceling the Japanese release of games dedicated for the West. And now we are seeing indies being cancelled from the West because even if they're not making like gunnable stuff or like at least crossing the mature tag, rated 17, still they got cancelled. They got neglected. And of course, Nintendo of America and Europe, they're not going to say jack shit anymore. So this indie developer spent resources, development costs in self-censoring their game for the Nintendo release, and there is that because they tried to say there is you have wokeness there. Well, you removed the wokeness, but we know who you are, so we are going to make you waste your time, and we are going to laugh our asses out when we are deplatforming you. That's Nintendo right here. That's fucking Nintendo, man. Just to end this is tough for us. We are a small team. My wife is due with a baby in about a week, and we put months of work and money into this sport. I was ranting, man, which has now pretty much just been burned away. I actually developed a original PC game during my battle with cancer, and it was a big deal for me personally to get this started on Nintendo's console. But now we are in a very uncertain situation. They rug pulled us. So they're saying if you want to support us, you can get to Sensor PC version here on Steam. It's still available on the Japanese edition, region free. So if you still have one, Nintendo Switch. So if this one released on the original Nintendo Switch, man. So yeah. Ah man, so hey, at least Japan accepted this. I'm going to give them credit that. No, for you know that even they have to spend money in censorship, and Nintendo of America said, "Free!" at the last moment. Their last statement on X and a link to their Patreon. So yeah, I went too long with this video. Yeah, Nintendo managed to reach a new low. And if it wasn't enough with the parent trolling, because I almost forgot that one, parent trolling and this whole shit show with Palworld, which they are losing money. They are not going to recover all the money they have spent on lawyers, and I'm going to laugh extra hard the moment they lose against Palworld. I hope Palworld whoop their asses there because the Nintendo at this point they deserve to go out of business. Or maybe yes, they should have go out of business the moment they fuck up with the Wii U because nobody predicted this. But hey, I want to see how Nintendans are going to defend this. But that's it. Thanks for watching and please have a pretty good day or night. Please take care.